At the fuel protests in Dublin. You can see over there. Trucks, hauliers, tractors, large vehicles have blocked the city centre. There's a very easygoing non-violent protest. Blocked several points. 150, the N. Yeah, a few counties across the country. Like, compare this to France. We're very politely and non-violently blocking up O'Connell Street and the Quays. I don't know where else. But yeah, I could see loads of trucks come in here. I got in here by I came in here by bike. God. TD from Sinn Féin, independent TDs, Patrick Tobin and Malky Steenson. Wow, that smell. Yeah, the tractors. When you have a lot of tractors together, they smell something fierce.
Not next week, certainly not next week, but today and this week, because it doesn't happen. So, well done to all. Your voice has been heard. People all over Ireland have heard you and they support you. And now we need to make sure that the members of the government hear you also. Or I know that they will.
Michael Collins.
And you are being totally and utterly rejected by this sheep as they turn their back to the construction industry, electricity industry, the bus, and water operators, self-employed, independent Ireland, are behind you all the way. We had
Independent Ireland showing support for cutting fuel taxes and carbon taxes.
last week, we're with you every step of the way, and you're trying to fight for your very human survival. Fuel in your lorry, you put fuel in your tractor, you're taxed on the fuel, you're taxed on the drop of oil, you're taxed on the tire, you're taxed on the motor tax, you're taxed to buy the bed, you're taxed on the toll, you're taxed. This is a grabbing government, and on top of that, they screw you over with carbon tax.
Yeah, screw us over carbon tax.
And for recreation purposes, that has to be sidelined immediately. They're still going ahead with the increase in need. That's not about the talking on behalf of the people of this country. That's talking on behalf of people that don't represent this country. We have called for reconvening laws to look like it's going to be affordable. They're not listening. Are they going to listen to you today? Do we have to come up again? Do we have to keep blocking our streets and towns? The gentlemen said earlier that 27 miles into the 170. There's people all over the country. They're in a desperate. And their government is not supporting you. No point in having beautiful words read out here last week about the Constitution of the state. But it is tax and rape of that people and their own people and continue to forget their own people. But let me tell you one thing, England will not do that. We stand by every one of us, we have stood by you. why you will start to see here today, and we continue to send, and we will force delivery, and we will make this government get deliver for the ordinary hard-working people in this country, and we want to see the support of the doing so. We continue to do that, and next week, if they will refuse to recommit on the things, we will be back next week. But I believe if they're going to come their back and lead this week, well, we never see another message again to do. Now we're here and we're with you all the way. Well done.
Very good. I think shouting, I can't hear you, is going to increase the volume.
Guys, I was looking this morning and I passed our cabinet fields. They were lined up.
Are you Liberty Stripes?
Yeah.
We produce.
This guy made a.
How's it going?
Hi, how are you? This guy made a video titled "Laszlo Monarchy is a Nazi sympathizer and should be deported." Get a picture, lads.
Who?
Me, and I should be deported.
Oh, Lazio something, yeah.
That's me.
Yeah, well, we don't want you promoting war in our country.
Lads, get a picture.
Yeah, okay.
This guy wants me deported.
Yeah, of course. You're promoting terrorism in our country, I want you deported.
Very good. Oh, you're on the live stream.
Yeah.
I've never used this.
Press the button.
This one?
Yeah, okay. No, the top one of the top. No, not that one.
This one.
No, that one.
There's enough time, man.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I've got 4 children.
Nazis out.
And I can tell you, I want a better future for them than what this government
Sorry.
is giving them.
Yeah, sorry,
I
man.
assume the rest of you want that too.
Sorry,
So
excuse
we
me.
in Sinn Féin will stand with you. We've heard you. You didn't have to come to Dublin for us to hear you. But this is what you have to do for the government to hear you. And I hope to God they're listening. Because they're going to break the country if they keep going like this. Well, look, guys, I have 4 children and I want a better future for them. And we're not getting that future with this government.
No.
So look, the people put people in power. Ye have the choice. Ye can decide what you want to do. But I will stand with you because I want a better future for my kids. And we are so proud of the food that we produce. We just need a little bit. We are on our knees here. Guramahagat.
Our next speaker, very easy to introduce him. He's a man that cuts turf, he cuts silage and spreads slurry. He's the best contractor we have in the ball. Again, take a fits.
First of all, I want to congratulate the organisers because this was put together very fast. Right around the country today, each and every one of ye needs to be commended for showing up. When I was a gosser and you'd come to Dublin maybe at Christmas, if there was any few quid for shopping, to add this time of year and the weather good, ye are being forced to come here today because of a government that's tone deaf and won't listen to the problems. That Valtra tractor there will cost €280 more to put diesel in it for 1 day. The harvester that will go out in a few weeks' time will cost probably €700 more. And then they say, oh, we're listening. I worry about democracy. I worry about governments listening. Because obviously they don't have your back. If they had your back, as they said in the agricultural sector, if they had your back for the haulage sector, if they had your back for the bus sector, the carbon tax would be eliminated this minute. It's one requisite straight away that needs to be gone. Forget the bullshit about retrofitting at the moment and what we're going to spend it on. Ye are the people that's under pressure at the moment. Ye are the people that needs the help. And people then are wondering, why ye in Dublin? We'll be very clear on this, that every bit of food that everyone eats across this country, every house that's built, everything that moves, the clothes you wear, You gotta either have a tractor, you either gotta have a lorry, or some implement to bring it to its destination. From the day, and they're great at talking about it, farm to fork, from quarry to site. And let's be very clear on this. Today, I was talking to people that does tartan and all of that. It's gone up 15%. A house will probably cost 25 grand more for your sons or your daughters or your brothers or your sisters. Is that what we want in a housing crisis? Absolutely not. We will continue along with everyone else in opposition. But in my opinion, the rest of the people around this country, I commend everyone that has stood up today. But people need to start exercising their right to peaceful protest and make this government once and for all, listen to you. Thank you.
Well done, Michael. Great speech. We all have representative organisations. We won't mention any names, but if all the organisations represent us, two of them came today, ICSA and Beef Plan. So I'm going to ask Okay, yeah, we'll finish the politics first. We have one Dublin politician here today, Gavin Pepper, who is a great man to fight against government. So Gavin is here to say a few words, as he's as badly affected as we are.
Thanks, everybody. Well, first of all, I want to thank all the farmers for feeding us every single day. That seems to be forgotten about. Look at promises can be made in Dáil Éireann all the time, and they're going to fix this and they're going to fix that. There's small things they could do. They could abolish the toll charges that people are paying in the lorries going across it every day. Some of them are spending up to €50 a week. Why don't you just abolish that? It's always the same. Tax people into oblivion. Now, there's a lot of people out here today, but if you look along behind you, you don't see anybody with shopping bags. Everybody is struggling in the country. They haven't got a pot to piss in. And the people in the Dáil who are on over 100 grand a year, plus expenses, running up 60 grand Dáil bars bills, like, if they really cared and you're opposition, walk out. Like, we've the same Fine Gael and Fine Gael for years. If they're not willing to negotiate with them, walk out. Don't stand there. Actually stand up for the people that you're meant to represent. Because the people are struggling in this country, and if this government keep going the way we're going, the place will just keep falling apart. That's all I have to say. And fair play to everybody that came out today, and fair play to the organisers that organised it, because there's still lorries that are not down here yet, are backed up in traffic. But isn't it mad to think in 2026 that farmers and workers have to come up outside the GPO when there's a 12 billion surplus in Apple tax? Start spending the money on helping the people rather than helping yourselves.
True dub, if there ever was one.
Gavin Pepper?
Maria, sorry, I forgot Maria's name. Maria McCormick, Sinn Féin Senator. Call Maria.
Oh, some for Sinn Féin.
Thanks very much, everyone. If there's anybody from the government looking at this, this is what real crisis looks at. We're looking here, and I'm looking at faces of distressed people. This isn't about politics. This is about unity. Everyone coming together and saying we cannot cope anymore. We cannot cope with the rising increases day after day. So look, I'll be brief. We will stand with you. I was with you in Portlaoise. We were with you in Leitrim. We're here again today. Sinn Féin have the legislation. We're standing with you day in, day out. It's time for the government to get their hands out of their pockets, get back into Leinster House and pass the legislation. Garmila Magritte.
That's it. Next we'll have Eamon Corley from Beef Plan.
Hello everybody, I'm a beef farmer from County Meath, and I represent beef farmers and workers all across the country. 50 years ago, 50 men done the work that one man is doing now. The reason that is happening is because machinery and because of green diesel. Green diesel is the lifeblood of rural Ireland. Without green diesel, none of us can work. None of the work in this country can be done. What the government have done, there's a 13.5% VAT on green diesel. Due to the war, the price of green diesel has risen 70 cents per litre. 70 cents per litre it has rose. The extra VAT, that 70 cents a litre, multiply that by 13.5%. In the big fertilizer companies. Is there any transparency in the retailers and the profits they make? I'll give you an example. Beef farming had a good year last year. The prices rose up, but in recent months they've dropped over €1 a kilo. Now in Beef Plan we have tracked the price of steak mince in Lidl's. During the same period where the price of beef has dropped €1 a kilo, what has happened to a kilo of steak mince that everybody in the country buys? It has increased 50 cents. So the costs are not being passed back to the people. And these are the people, these are the companies that the government is backing, and they're taxing us, they're taxing the worker out of existence. The government, Micheál Martin, Leo Varadkar, and Eamon Ryan, that's the guy I was looking for. They signed us into 0-0 by 2050. These are targets that we will never meet. When we don't meet them, we will face a tax bill of €20 billion. That's a debt they have put over all our heads. And that's something that should be on them, not on the working people. The government is tone deaf, and we need a new government in that's going to change the law and renegotiate with the EU so that we're not faced with these crippling carbon taxes. The people in this country are standing up today, and we're going to have to stand up every week until they listen to us and change comes. Thank you.
Next, Sean McNamara, a farmer from Longford, head of the ICSA Association.
Good evening, everybody. You're all very welcome here, and thanks very much for coming. As you all know, our government is not listening to us. The biggest problem is our government will wake up. But when the next election comes, you want to wake up the government. The price of green diesel. We're all talking about green diesel. It doesn't matter whether you're a farmer, an ordinary person at home in the house cooking meals. Farmers will not be able to produce the food for you with the price of diesel and the price of a whole lot. Food security will become a serious issue. We're talking about our young people. We have young people in the country, and young people will not be able to survive in this country the way the government is going on. We can't afford to pay the taxes we're given. After all, the government is prepared and have not begun to give war to our countries. They're prepared to throw away millions and millions of euros. But who did they forget about? Their own Irish people. They let us go. We also have to think of our older people. Our older people cannot afford to put kerosene in their tanks. So, if we get cold winter or cold autumn, if a catastrophe for the old people, we lose our old people to the cold. Do we want to see that? No. We as farmers and as people of Ireland want to see this government listen to us. We need to get in Mr. Harris. and all the ministers into a room and talk to every one of us. The big problem is people who talk about dialogue. Dialogue is a waste of time when they agree to nothing. We're hearing it all. We sit in, a group of people went in last week for dialogue and they came out with their hands around their side and got nothing. That can't go on. We need the government to listen to us. And when you can see the crowds that's all over the country today, the government will have to listen to us. Or there'll be a World War III in Ireland if they don't listen to us. Thanks very much.
Sean, was it? Next speaker is John Dallin. John will be one of the organisers, along with myself. He's a farmer contractor from Cllr. So John would have been here with us on many a protest. He's a serious rural man who is fighting all the time, all his life for rural Ireland and for farming. So John, say a few words, please.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming here today. You must be all very proud to be here today representing this cause. Because we have a government and they're not listening to us. But by God, they will listen to us when we are finished here today. As the saying goes, Chucky our law, our day will come. But today is our day. And they are going to listen to us. We have a government and they better listen to us. Because we, the people of Ireland, our economy will be destroyed if the government does not listen to us. And they are destroying it slowly but surely. They're well able to give millions and millions away to countries at war. No disrespect to the countries, no disrespect to any nationality. But the book stands here in Ireland, and we look after the people in Ireland first. And another thing with the government, we have farm organisations, we have the truck industry, we have the bus industry, we have shops, businesses, and the people themselves that have to go to work every day of the week. The government has us so divided, and they want us that way, because the more divided we are, the more conquering they'll do, and the more moving on they'll do, and bullying their way. But by God, they're going to listen to us from today on. And we are the people. They're going to take the power back off the government. And we are going to tell them what we want. Another thing, rural Ireland. Rural Ireland is absolutely destroyed. And I mean destroyed. And who destroyed it? The present government and the past governments that have been in power beforehand. There's a lot of industries destroyed. We had a big bee industry in Ireland. Created a lot of jobs. That's gone. The fishing industry is gone. The small family farms are being destroyed bit by bit. But the people of the public here today needs to understand one thing. That from the farmer to the fork on the table, putting food on that table 3 times to 4 times a day, the farmer produces that food and puts it on the table. From the potatoes to the milk to the vegetables to so on. But the people need to understand, with the inflation of the price of diesel, that food will escalate to the extent that people will not be able to pay for it. Exactly. Yeah. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, all I want to do is thank you here today. I want to thank Cllr Transport for giving us a loan to this trailer for the platform. I want to thank Willie Joe Heffernan for the lorry that he supplied here today. I want to thank the Garda Síochána for working with us. I want to thank the public for being so nice to us here today. Thank you very much. Goramila Maragod.
Thanks, John. Very well said. A lot of home truth in what John said there. We have an independent councillor from Cllr here, Tom McDonnell. Tom is going to say a few words.
Thanks, James. Yeah, and thanks for everyone that organised today. We took off this morning. We were at 6:30. We're at junction 14, and we only just arrived. And the key is all the way back, I'd say, to Kilmainham and more. I come from a small farming background in Mayo, and I was born into a farm, and I know what it's like to work. Farmers work day and night. They can't. They're prisoners they can't leave what they belong to. They're born into the farm and they have to stay with it. City people have the opinion the farmers are rich. Some farmers are rich, but most most 80% of the farmers in Ireland are not rich. They live from week to week, and they're relying on the government, and it's an awful pity they're relying on Europe. Europe is destroying this country. They're destroying our fishing. With a massive fishing industry, and they just removed it. And then what the Fianna Fáil government, Belmullet was an awful disaster. We had natural gas, we had gas there, could keep this country going. It was a complete disaster to lose that. And the boys up in the Dole should be looking into that, how they can get something back off that. We're getting nothing. Right? We need, with the war in Iran, right, we have nothing to do with anything that's going out there. And I hear fellas going on about Palestine and going on about Israel. Forget about them. They've nothing to do with us. Our country is at stake here, and we need to look after it and forget about the rest of the world. And all those IPA centres want to be emptied and straight out. And that's where we're going to get your $2.5 billion straight away. The money that we're losing on taxes. Don't settle for anything less than 0 taxes on all fuels. 65%. Don't go in looking for a quarter or anything. Set your stall out and look for 0 taxes on fuel. The 65% taxes on fuel. And I was on about ammonia. We need, with the war in Iran, the gas has been blown out. High pressure gas, ammonia, to have fertilizer. Have the government got fertilizer in this country? No, they haven't. No, they haven't. There's no fertilizer. I'm looking at 4 years, 5 years. The government should be spending about $3 billion on fertilizer. Get it into the country now. Get in diesel, get in everything they can to keep the economy going. Because I can see a 4 or 5 year crisis ahead of us. Okay? And we will not be forgetting what's happening in this city. This was the most beautiful city in the whole world. And the tamest. Up there, at Parnell Square, 3 children were stabbed. We're not forgetting that. And the other night, 2 little twin girls were stabbed by a Somalian. Yeah. We're not forgetting that either. And we have to stop this, and we have to get these people out of our country. And the people, it's about fuel today, and it's about the farming industry, and we'll keep it focused. But we know where the money can be saved. And well done, everyone. Chuck it over there.
Thanks, Howard. The next speaker I'm going to introduce you, some of you might know him and some of you might not know him. A Mead man, and a proud Mead man, and a man that depends and makes his living out of farming. The great Mr. Christopher Duffy.
I want you to take a look at yourselves. Look at the lad beside you. Look at the other lad. Look what we done. Look what we done today. Look at the docks. Look around the country. We done this. And there's cameras on me now. And I want the government to look straight at me. This is only the start. Okay? We've said it before. There's one thing about the farming community and the contractors and the truckers. We never stop till the job is done. We don't go on all the holidays you's going because we can't afford them. We walk and we walk and we walk. And you know what? We only complain when you put your leg on top of us. And at the moment we are struggling. We are absolutely looking into the abyss and we don't know what's ahead of us. The bus companies is here. There's actually a possibility that next Monday, when the schools go back to school, that there will be children standing outside their houses, little children, and school buses won't pick them up because then bus companies can't afford to travel. Is our government willing to leave the most precious cargo in this country, walking the rural roads, are they?
Yeah, their kids are in private education. They don't care about us.
Now, we, as I say, this isn't about rural Ireland, this isn't about contractors, farmers, this is about everybody. If we get the price of fuel down at the pump, it affects everybody. Not just the haulier, it's all of us. You can't build a house now because it's gone up in price. There's poor people with mortgages sorted out and they've been informed that their bill at the houses has gone up by 20,000. They go back to the bank and the bank says no, because the bank knows there's a damnable recession on the way and they lend you nothing. Now, we can't lie down in this country. No. There was letters sent into the Dáil. There was demands, well, there was requests. I prefer demands than requests. We were ignored, absolutely ignored. There's organisations representing hauliers, representing farmers and representing contractors. But they're not representing you. They're representing a few. And they're the only people government will talk to. Well, government, take a look at me and take a look at everybody here, because you're going to have to talk to us. So, yeah. This is only a fraction of what's going on around the country, okay? People took this upon themselves. This is an organic protest. This protest grew out of nothing. It grew out of frustration, it grew out of people coming together and people talking. Because no matter who you are, you're looking down the road, you're looking at next month, and you're looking at the month after, and you can't see survival. And when you are down that far, you have got to do something. You have got to make a stand. We coasted in here on fumes, but you know what? We're better here today because we'll be burning more diesel at home and losing more money. So we would. People are asking, oh, we were blocked up and they're ringing into radio stations and oh, we were held up and everything. Get on to your local TD, get on to your local minister and say, sort them people out and get the price of fuel down and don't have them blocking up the country, because this is going to be a very familiar sight over the next couple of months. It won't be because of the price of fuel you'll be on a bicycle. It's because it'll be the only vehicle that'll be able to weave between the roadblocks. Now we're here in Dublin, in our capital city. This is our capital. Where else would we come? This city belongs to us. It doesn't belong to them above in the Dáil. They're only passing through the Dáil. They'll be gone. We'll be still walking the land. We'll be walking the roads. We'll be keeping the country moving, so we will. It's time to get them out. They either deal with us or they go. And I'll tell you one thing. The one thing about this country is, it's a sad thing to say, there nearly needs to be a protest in Dublin for the Irish flags to come out. Now, it's every other flag every other day, but at least when the Irish people is out, we have the flags out. Now, what's wrong with you? Is your dole due? Now, yeah, go and collect your gyro. We're walking here. Now look at, ignore that. Step on it. I tell you here and now, with how hard we work, I won't take abuse from that, because it's your hard work. It's your hard work that's feeding that. I didn't come to Dublin to make apologies. I came to Dublin to make a point.
Wait, you're not really making a point.
About the rest of us, but I can't afford to go home until I get a reduction in the price of fuel, or at least a commitment to one. So I'm here with a long haul, and I hope some of you are too. I'll end on this. People keep asking, when will the protest end? Don't ask me, ask the government. It's up to them when it ends. It ends when they come and they look after us. Thanks, everybody.
Well done, Chris. I seen it was Minas. I'm probably one of the starters of this. I won't say I was a starter, but this all started last Tuesday night on a TikTok, and it just exploded. And it exploded for a simple reason: we're all hurting. And we're all here today. We have an awful lot of bus companies here today who are in a very bad way. There's bus companies here who simply are tied into contracts and they can't go out next week and bring children to school. So to all the bus people, we're all in this together and we're all going to fight together and we're going to try and wake up this government.
And we'll be back.
And we are coming back. We're not going home actually. To the construction industry, and I'm in my own business, I have diggers as well. We have been cancelled from digging out house foundations this week and next week. When we don't dig the foundation, there's no concrete needed. When there's no concrete for the foundations needed, there's no blocks needed the following week, and there's no blocker needed. This week there's thousands of houses being cancelled, and the government are in the middle of a housing crisis, and they're sitting back in their arse thinking we're pumping our own diesel out of the ground or getting it free somewhere. We can't afford to dig out houses anymore. The houses are being stopped. There's houses that were sold and now cancelled this week. Houses gone up 30,000 and I heard of 40,000. People that had mortgages got, and now they can't afford to go and build a house. The houses are cancelled. So there's a major recession coming unless the government wake up and reduce diesel. We're demanding that green diesel stops at 90 cent plus VAT. 90 cent. We're not looking for a rebate. We're not even asking for to take off the carbon tax. We're paying 90 cent and we're paying no more. If we don't get to 90 cent, if diesel doesn't drop to 90 cent, the house building is crashed. It is already crashed. What are the government going to do with no houses? Every house that's sold in Ireland, the government gets 150,000 in tax out of that house. If the house is not sold, the government gets nothing. When the men don't build the house, the men go on the dole. Then the government pay the dole. So we have a government that won't back up the employers, won't back up the men that's working on the ground. We are the Irish people on the ground. We are the men and people, women doing the work. And we're getting no thanks whatsoever. We're being pissed on by the government. We're on the ground. They have their knee on our neck and they're screwing us into the ground. And that's why when this started only 6 days ago, it just took off because we're all in this together. Whether we're fishermen, busmen, contractors, farmers, builders, it's all the one. We're in massive trouble. And the country is going to crash unless Fine Gael, Fianna Fáil wake up and drop the fuel taxes. And I'm not even asking about fuel taxes. We need to do what Spain did. Spain have put a maximum price on white diesel of 170 a litre. With that, we can live with that too. The carbon tax at the minute is set at €71 a tonne. The government plan is, the old Aim and Ryan plan, is going to €100 a tonne. The government say the EU are making us charge carbon tax. They are. But let's charge the carbon tax at the same rate as Poland. Poland is one of the few countries in Europe with a bit of common sense and run by people with common sense. It's not overrun by migrants, and their carbon tax there is €1 a tonne, while we're at €71 a tonne. In my business, the carbon tax this year is costing me €22,000. That's 22,000 gone out of our business, and you put that over 5 years, it's over 100,000. We run a fleet of tractors. We have new ones and we have old ones. We can't afford to change the old ones. So our older machines are actually causing more emissions and pollution because of the carbon tax. If we had that money, we could invest in the business and grow the business and be more sustainable and more environmental friendly. So the carbon tax is actually working in reverse for farmers and contractors. So the asks today are maximum 90 cent plus VAT to keep the building industry and the agri-contract and farming industry going. Like every farmer that's here that's not registered for VAT, the government are up 10 cent a litre on your diesel and they won't give it back. Well, I'll tell you, we're not going home till they give it back because we can't go home without it or we're out of business. So folks, I'm going to finish up with that. Once again, we're here for the long haul. We're all a bite to eat. We're not going anywhere. But I want to just thank An Garda Síochána, who have been absolutely fantastic lads. Give a round of applause to An Garda Síochána. They've been fantastic. They've looked after us and they will continue to look after us. And I think by the time we leave here, we'll know all the guards personally well because they're our friends and they're working with us. So thanks a million to An Garda Síochána. You've done a great job so far and we'll work with you. And I won't say safe home. because you're not going home. So thanks again for coming, and I'll hand you back to John here.
Get Mayo and the gas pipes turned on you.
John might just say another few words there.
Did he apologise to you?
He's well able to talk, he's not too shy.
Oh, that's good.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say one thing. It's very disappointing that IFA didn't show their face here today. There might be some of the members that come themselves as individual people, and I welcome you and I thank you. And also the IRHA, there is people that's in haulage here. Fair play to you. Thank you very much once again. But the public representative of IRHA should have been here today as well with this to support this protest, but they're not here. And really and truly, we need all the help here. We need the public. We need everybody. But our main voice to government is, we do not want our economy to collapse, but the way they are carrying on, it will collapse. So the government needs to wake up, get up off their backsides and come and deal with the problem. And the problem is the diesel crisis in this country. They're here. Yeah, and thank you very much to the IFOI as well. They're supposed to be here as well, and thank you very much. Sorry for leaving you out. But thank you everybody. It's a privilege to see you all here, and thank you for coming. And we're not going home in a hurry until we get a result. So we hope that the attendance will stay as strong as possible. Thank you very much.
You see the far left are in the crowd.
And another thing, don't forget, we're the people of Ireland. We have a constitutional right here to fight for what is right. So people, let the government know that we are the people, and we are going to take the power off of the government if they do not listen. Thank you.
Right. That was cool. Well, the message is clear. Get rid of the taxes on fuel and the carbon taxes. Tom McDonnell there, I think, was my favourite speaker. Very fiery. I see him at church. I mean, I live 8 kilometres away from that church, and he lives in a different county, so a bit of dedication.
Desecrating that Irish right and the people dying for Ireland. Yeah, look at the price of the tractors, look at the wealth of the lorries. You're not the poor people of Ireland.
I'm from Dublin. I'm from Dublin.
You're from Dublin, yeah. Right. And would you have been with the looters or in the GPO?
The GPO, or maybe...
Pearson Connolly.
Yeah?
Where were you all the 30 years of the Troubles?
We were here protesting. We've had loads of protests here in the past.
I said it from 11 o'clock this morning, don't mess with the grannies. Didn't I? I said it from the minute I come in. Because your man over there has the staff for them. I told him on, didn't I? He told me he was here fighting for my country, so
Yeah, Musa Dohan, yeah. He's wanted in Turkey for selling drugs and guns.
There you go.
And he's what? The guy you're talking about is actively involved in terrorism in our country.
That's right. Well, he told me on camera with Philip Dwyer, and I jumped in and I said, mate, you're not here to support me because I'm an Irish, just I'm here to support me and my children and my grandchildren and every farmer that's here, and every young farmer, old farmer. Oh, he gave me a right going. Philip stood in with his phone, didn't he? And he interviewed me. He ignored him. He didn't ignore him because he was racist. He was racist. He said he wasn't entitled to speak from he was speaking from my voice, not I.
Yeah, he's an Islamist.
Is he like that?
Yeah, he's an Islamist.
He's a bit political, is he?
Well, he said he was a comrade of Pakistan. So that very well. When he said...
Yeah, the minute he mentioned about the 30 million thing.
But it's fun, it's fun, like, No, it's fun that they blocked up the city centre for the day.
Yeah, good. And it's about time they did for the weekend.
Oh yeah. Well, I came in on my bike, so I was like, should I get the bus or a bike? I was like, oh, okay, I guess it's the bike for the week.
The problem is the government don't listen unless you do this.
Exactly. Yeah. No, the government doesn't listen.
Shut the country
No.
down, shut everything down, and they listen. And they have to.
Ireland is a tax farm. That's all it is. It's just increased taxes. That's it.
Ireland is a haven for fucking international.
There's too much corruption in the Dáil.
Yeah.
See what they said there the fucking days, did you? Degrading them about the dog being on the dog. Degrading them, that fucking fat farmer. All I was saying was about a flag, an Irish flag.
A lot of shinners. After all that, as you can see, the tractors are still there. Reaper is still gathering, chilling, hanging out. In case you didn't see it earlier, this is here's the trucks blocking up O'Connell Street. It'll be interesting to see if it lasts past 5. Oh, it is. It's what I'm talking about. It's 4:15. Yeah, this will still be going on. There you go. You see, there's it'd be very difficult for the Garda it'd be impossible for the Garda to move these trucks. Would not be possible. Like there's 30 there. There's 30 there. There's well more than 100 of these trucks on O'Connell Street, and they're up and down the quays as well. So if you're driving through Dublin today, you are not getting very far. Contact your local TDs. Cut taxes to grow jobs. Get rid of the taxes on diesel, petrol. Oh man, the smell of tractors. Oh well, this is nice. Okay, see what they've done here. They've blocked up all the roads, right? But the Lewis can still go down, and you can still cycle and use the Lewis. So I'm glad I made the decision to cycle into town. There you go. So yeah, the cyclists, they block up the roads, and then cyclists are like, oh yeah, we'll take up more space. That will make people happy. Yeah, so you can see, I don't know, I couldn't tell you how many trucks can you fit on Cllr Street. Like, you're talking about at least 200 on Cllr Street. Loads of them. The plastic cow over there. Yeah, so the taxes on diesel and carbon taxes. Look, there's a plastic cow. Look, see, as you can see, it goes all the way up and down, and that's just what we can see from here. I mean, the quays are all blocked as well. Yeah, responsible protesting. But I've been to protests and we blocked the Lewis. It is fun. But yeah. So people will be able to get to and from work today if you use public transport. Oh wait, no, getting through the centre of town will be hard because the quays are blocked. There you go. Ireland belongs to the Irish. Cut taxes on diesel, petrol, and the carbon taxes. And then time to recharge my phone and see what happens next.